The father of several young children found in horrible living conditions at a Dallas apartment tells a different story from what police are describing there. Police say 3 children were all alone last Saturday in a filthy apartment with a stove running, and a 4th child was found wandering in the street. It was an alert neighbor who took the wandering child in and called police. Child Protective Services says it has custody of all 4 kids, along with 2 siblings from a different location. Today, from jail, the father, Robert Preston, denied putting his kids in danger, and Fox 4's Lynn Ann Wynn is in Dallas outside the county jail with more on the case. Lynn Ann.
Steve, Preston says he went to just go check his mail for only a few minutes when one of his children got out of the house. He says that he is not a bad father.
I am not a bad person. I am not a bad father. I love my kids. Anybody that know me and my family will tell you that.
Speaking to Fox 4 from the Dallas County Jail, Robert Preston faces 4 counts of child endangerment. Police say a neighbor found one of Preston's 4 children out in the cold, wandering the street last Saturday with only a t-shirt, pants, and 1 shoe on. Police say when Preston showed up at the neighbor's apartment, he told them he went to the store for 10 to 15 minutes. But in our interview, he said he was only gone a few minutes, checking the mail, and that he had noticed one of his children got out.
That was the first time I ever did that. The first time I ever did that.
According to the arrest affidavit, police say the entire apartment reeked of feces, and the toilets of both bathrooms did not appear to have been flushed in weeks, even though the water in the apartment was in working order. Police also say the floor was filthy, unkept, and there were bottles of various types of alcohol that were left open on the floor.
I was going to clean it up, but you know, I was tired because I've been running around with them. We do not live like that on a regular, man. We are not bad people. That was just a situation that we was in at that moment and at that time.
Police also say the children, ages 5, 3, and 2, did not know their own names and were nonverbal, using facial expressions, body language, and gesturing and screams to communicate.
We teach them that my kids are premature, so they really don't know how to answer questions or anything like that.
The police affidavit also says officers discovered a malnourished puppy locked in a filthy closet that the children seemed to know nothing about. Neighbors say they had no idea there were children living in the apartment and had never seen any kids with Preston.
I never saw any children. The only time I ever heard was like a kid's whistle blowing coming from the apartment, but I never saw any kids or really heard much.
No one should live like that, and with little kids living like that, it's just, it breaks my heart, because who would have anybody living like that? Not even a dog should live like that.
Preston has a record that includes armed robbery and domestic violence. The affidavit says nothing about the mother of the children or any knowledge she might have about the conditions. But Preston says she was at her mother's home when this happened.
Please don't try to make us seem like we just bad parents, man, because we are not. We try to do the best that we can for our children. We don't have no help.
And Preston does have a previous criminal history. He's been arrested multiple times for assault, aggravated robbery, and burglary. Steve?